Hi, I'm Emily Duncan. I'm a home cook and the host of No Expert on YouTube. And today I'm going to show you how I make a simple pan-seared salmon with a martini sauce. Oh, what does that mean? A martini sauce is a lemon butter sauce with vermouth, with olives, and with preserved lemon. So thusly the name martini. It has everything that makes a good martini. And for this recipe, I'm going to be using beautiful pre-portioned 6-ounce fillets of Atlantic salmon from MOWI, our sponsor for the video. So thank you, MOWI, for the salmon. Let's get to it. I love salmon. It's something that we eat in my house pretty much every week, especially weeknights. And this salmon in particular is so handy because it comes pre-portioned in 6-ounce fillets. It's skin on, it's ready to cook, and you can get it at major retailers like Target, Amazon Fresh, and Sam's Club. So thank you so much to MOWI. All right, so to make my martini sauce, I have a bunch of ingredients here. It's pretty simple, like I said. I'm gonna be using vermouth, stock. I have garlic stuffed olives and preserved lemons here. You can totally use just some fresh lemon juice and lemon rind, but I happen to have some preserved lemons and I thought it would be nice. And I am using green garlic stuffed olives, again, because I happen to have them and I think it adds a little something something. But you could totally use any green olive that you have in the house. And then I have shallot, I have a couple tablespoons of butter, and I have some chopped parsley. And those will come together to make my little sauce. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm going to pan-sear my salmon with just a little salt and pepper in my vegetable oil. I know pan-searing can be kind of intimidating, but I'll show you how I do it. It's really not that hard. And you could totally do like a quinoa or a farro or a roasted potato on the side, but today I'm just gonna be serving it with crusty bread. Because for me, a weeknight dinner, sometimes the carb is just a piece of bread. But that's nice, especially when you have a delicious little sauce. So to make this salmon, the major thing we need to do is pan-sear a piece of salmon. Now, I know that this is something that can be a little intimidating. Much yelling has happened on reality TV over a piece of pan-seared salmon, but the reality is that this is not that hard. As a home cook, you can absolutely do this, and you'll have a nice crispy piece of pan-seared salmon. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get this stainless steel pan very hot with a little bit of vegetable oil, actually quite a bit of vegetable oil. I'm gonna pat my salmon dry and salt and pepper it on both sides, and then I'm just going to sear it skin side down until it moves on its own. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So here we go. Let's get a perfect sear on this salmon. Pat the salmon dry. This helps prevent sticking and achieve a crispy skin. Generously season it with salt and pepper. Add lots of oil to a stainless steel pan. You want a thin layer all over the pan to create a little barrier that again helps to prevent the salmon skin from sticking. Oil in pan really hot. I'm gonna gently lower the salmon in. I kind of hold it for a second to start that initial frying of the skin and sort of, I don't know, it's one more thing I think maybe helps it not stick. And then I release it and I use my tongs not to push down, but to just sort of hold the salmon in place to prevent it from shrinking up too much as the proteins begin to cook and tighten up. I'm going to cook my salmon most of the way on this side, think 5 to 7 minutes. You'll see the cooked area of the salmon visibly creep up the side. The salmon is ready to flip when you can easily move it with a fish spatula. It should, in fact, move loosely on the pan with just a little jiggle. No force required to unstick it. And shout out to the culinary team at Epicurious for teaching me that. Flip it just to finish it another few minutes, and there you have it. A perfectly seared, crispy skin-on salmon fillet. With my salmon, I'm serving my martini sauce, which relies on some classic French sauce techniques. Here's what we're gonna do. First, melt a tablespoon of butter over medium heat in a pan. Add a minced shallot and cook until it's just translucent. Season with salt and pepper and add half a cup of dry vermouth. Bring this to a boil and simmer until you no longer get a strong vodka-like smell from the fumes. Then add half a cup to a cup of chicken, vegetable, or seafood stock and reduce for just a few minutes. Add 1 chopped preserved lemon and roughly 1/4 cup of chopped green olives and simmer together for another 5 minutes or until the sauce starts to reduce and thicken. My sauce is looking almost ready, beautiful. I'm just going to finish off. So I'm gonna put in 1 tablespoon of cold butter. I'm just gonna whisk that in because I wanna really emulsify this sauce if I can. All right, so see we've got like a nice glossy sauce there. And I'm just gonna add my parsley and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. So if I were using just a fresh lemon, I would have had the rinds in here instead of the preserved lemon, and then I would just put this juice in at the end. Give that a little stir. Beautiful. And that is my martini sauce. So let's plate it all up. All right, I have my beautifully seared piece of salmon. I have my martini sauce. I have a little bit of bread, and I'm ready to plate this thing up. So I'm gonna start by putting my sauce on the bottom because I don't wanna get my beautiful seared salmon skin wet. We're gonna just gently lay this on top. And serve it with a nice piece of crusty bread. My martini salmon is ready to go. All that's left is to taste it, so let's get in there. Let's see how we did on our salmon. See how I've got this beautiful, crispy, oh yeah, nice crispy skin. I've got this lovely, buttery, emulsified sauce that's really creamy and glossy. All that's left is to see how our salmon looks. And this is such a beautiful piece of salmon. Look at this. Yeah, that's perfect. See that? Just tender, moist. Let me get a little piece of olive, some of that sauce. It's beautiful. It's lemony, it's salty, it's creamy, and that is just such a nice piece of salmon. You know, it's really like, it's meaty, it's not too fishy. It's just beautiful. For me, this is a great dinner. Throw a roasted vegetable on the side of that thing and you got yourself Thursday, you know? The olives and the preserved lemon, if you choose to use them, add just this little extra funk too, because of the sort of pickliness that just lift it. So if you're thinking about it, I say go for it. This is such a nice piece of salmon, but it is such a nice way to have salmon, and it really is something that you can achieve at home. I gave you all my secrets, so just give it a shot. I believe in you. And that's how I make salmon with a martini sauce. Easy, right? And it's so delicious. Thank you again so much to MOWI for sponsoring this video, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll catch up with you later. Bye-bye!